inviting. I would like to give a brief introduction of Maharaj for my own purification. So Maharaj is a sannyas disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Maharaj born in Philippines, and he joined this movement in 1984 in Canada. So he started this journey of Krishna consciousness by reading these three books. One is Perfection of Yoga, Easy Journey to Other Planets, Back to Godhead Vaccine. So Maharaj was very keen to about the spirituality from the beginning. At the age of 17, when he got this book, he
No, 14.
14, yes.
A little younger.
Yes. So then Maharaj served the different parts of the world. 1980, Maharaj went to Canada, and he met devotees around there. When he went to Toronto, first had halwa in the night time, which was the game-changing thing for every one of us. Eventually moved to temple while Maharaj continued to work, and for many years, Maharaj served as a Sankirtan devotee and vice president of Toronto Temple. And then Maharaj visited Vrindavan first time in 1987, and immediately got attracted to Vrindavan and about uh, everything about Vrindavan actually. And I decided to be there in Vrindavan from last, I think, 2002, right now? Vrindavan?
Yeah, I went to Bindavan. I moved there. That's 22 years ago.
Yes, so 22 years ago, Maharaj moved there, and he's serving as a vice president of ISKCON Vrindavan for the last 22 years. And he's traveling all around the world, different parts of the world for preaching. Maharaj goes to US, UK, Australia, Canada, Philippines, and many other places, and UAE. Yes. So we are very fortunate to have Maharaj among with us, and would like to hear
Hare Krishna.
about Krishna from Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
You want to set this up?
Yes.
In the microphone? Yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Sometimes we are very bad at it.
No problem.
We need to
Hurry. You plug this in, turn this on. To the back. Turn it on. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Do you know how to turn it on? Sorry. This is not plugged in. Hare. Where is it here? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is this supposed to be here? How about that one? Can you plug that in there? Hare Krishna. This is the problem. Let me say that again. We have the same system. We can plug this.
Yeah, now
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. There's Bluetooth.
there's no button over there, right, Maharaj?
I don't think so. Can I plug it in here? Hare Krishna. Hare Bol, Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. Hare. Okay, no. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Bol. That's it.
Sorry, Maharaj.
No problem. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, okay. We're good now. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. It's not really the potential of the mic. Hare. There you go. All right, we're going to chant a little bit and then we'll speak on the Bhagavad Gita and also about Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the Guru Maharaj of Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And yes, today is his disappearance day. Tirubhavtiti Mahotsav. So I'm not sure if I met all of you already. Maybe some of you are new. Who is the first time seeing me?
Many of us.
Huh?
Many of us.
Many? Okay. Because you are two groups together?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Some of you I've met many, many times. The last time I was here also, we did a program, right? Yeah. It's always happy to see the Matajis so much interested in bhakti. As our Guru Maharaj says that when it comes to religious function, there are more Matajis than Prabhus. And that's true. Wherever I go, I don't know what the Prabhus are doing, but the Matajis, they're always very inspired, because that is the nature. So we're just gonna chant a little bit and then we discuss in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 64, how to obtain the full mercy of Lord Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Balava Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Balava Girivardhari Yamuna Tera Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Daigo Sitana Premanande. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Shrimati Krishna Prabhupada Sasaitya Vyapakasha Nitirja Pachanga Masala Pati Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Acharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurabhe Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalang Shri Gurung Vaisnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunatha Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarvadotam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripasindhubhya eva cha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Reading from the Bhagavad Gita as it is, Translation and purport by our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada K.
Jai.
Contents of the Gita summarized, chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita as it is, text 64. Given this, yeah.
Sorry, Maharaj. Online, some are waiting.
Huh?
Some are online waiting.
They're waiting
Yeah.
online. Very good. Everyone, if you can repeat or if you have smartphones with Bhagavad Gita, Raga Dvesa Vimukhtaistu Vishayang Indriyaischaran Atma Vashyai Vidheyatma Prasadam Adhigacchati Raga Dvesa Vimuktamstu Vishayam Indriyaischaran Atma Vashyai Vidheyatma Prasadam Adhigacchati Raga Dvesa Vimuktastu Vishayam Indriyaischaran Atma Vashyai Vidheyatma Prasadam Adhigacchati. Word for word meaning raga, attachment, dvesha, and detachment. Vimuktai, by one who has become free from. To what? Vishayan, sense objects. Indriyai, by the senses. Charan, acting upon. Atma Vaishyai, under one's control. Videya Atma, one who follows regulative freedom. Prasadam, everyone knows this, right? The mercy of the Lord. Adhigacchati, attains. Translation. But a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. Everybody please repeat. But a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain the mercy, complete mercy of the Lord. Purport. It is already explained that one may externally control the senses by some artificial process. But unless the senses are engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord, there is every chance of all fall. Although the person in full Krishna consciousness may apparently be on the sensual plane, because of his being Krishna conscious, he has no attachment to sensual activities. The Krishna conscious person is concerned only with the satisfaction of Krishna. person is concerned only with the satisfaction of Krishna and nothing else. Therefore, he is transcendental to all attachment and detachment. If Krishna wants, the devotee can do anything which is ordinarily undesirable. And if Krishna does not want, he should not do that which he would have ordinarily done for his own satisfaction. Therefore, to act or not to act is within his control because he acts only under the direction of Krishna. This consciousness is the causeless mercy of the Lord, which the devotee can achieve in spite of his being attached to the sensual platform. We repeat that again. This consciousness is the causeless. This consciousness is the causeless mercy of the Lord, which the devotee can achieve in the spirit of his being attached to the sensual platform. Mhm. Raga, Dvesha, can we have some air?
Yes.
I feel a little stuffy.
Yes, Maharaj.
There's no window you can open.
Window is there.
That's better. Please open the window.
I'll show you. I'll open the
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. Natural. Natural oxygen. Okay. Raga dvesa vimuktaistu vishayam indriyais charan atma vaishyai vidhiyatma prasadam adhigacchati. But a person free from all attachment and aversion and able to control his senses through regulative principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord. So here it is explained how by one being detached, that's the opposite of being attached. Being detached from the enjoyment of the sense objects with the senses, and he's able to control, yes, he's able to control his senses. This is the difference between the animals and the human form of life. The animals, they cannot control their senses. They don't know how to do it. Prabhupada gave an example. It's like if there is a cat in the kitchen, and so the owner of the house doesn't want her food to be eaten by the cat. So sometimes the cat will be beaten, and then the cat will go away. But after some time, the cat will forget that he was beaten up. And due to uncontrolled senses, the cat will return to the kitchen to eat the food that is not meant for the cat. So going back and forth, uncontrolled senses. The main reasons, one of the main reasons why we're still here in this material world is due to uncontrolled senses. That includes the mind. The mind is the central focus of all the senses. If the mind is strong, the senses may be attracted to the sense objects to enjoy. But if the mind says, no, this is not good, so the mind should know what to do and what not to do. And where do we get the information from what to do and what not to do is from the intelligence. The intelligence is sharpened by the knowledge coming from the spiritual master, Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, the sages, the holy men, and also the Shastra, the scriptures. They just repeat everything. Huh? The Guru and the sages, whatever the scripture says, they don't invent anything. And they just repeat the knowledge as it is. So, how? How we can get this complete mercy of the Supreme Lord is by controlling the senses, becoming detached from material sense enjoyment, and become free from the allurements or attractions. It says here, true regulative principles of freedom. So just like in Krishna consciousness, we have these four regulative principles. There are prohibitions that one should follow, but when one follow that, then he become free from the sinful reactions, the law of nature called karma. Karma means is a law of nature. For everything that we do, there is an equal or opposite reaction. Materially, both also and spiritually. The reaction in materially will prolong one's stay in the material world to suffer repeated birth and death. And the result of one who performs spiritual activities like hearing and chanting the holy name, fame, form, qualities, and pastimes of the Supreme Lord, remembering Him. hmm, It starts with hearing and chanting and then remembering and worshiping the Lord in His Archa Vigraha form, Archanam, Vandanam, prayers, praying to Krishna, praying to God. Uh, Vandanam, Dashyam, becoming His servant. Sakyam, become a friend. Uh, and ultimately, Atmanivedanam, giving up everything. So this Krishna consciousness is a science. It's been tried and proven. We don't have to do any experiment. Everything is already chalked out for us from the teachings coming from the spiritual master, from the sages or the holy men, and also from the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and other books from the Vedas, Vedic literature. So we have to control our senses, but it cannot be done artificially. There should be some positive engagement. You cannot just say, "Oh, I will control my senses. I'm not going to eat." But we don't say don't eat, but eat properly. Eat what is prescribed from the scriptures. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Patram puspam talam toyam yomi bhakya prayachati. If one offers me a leaf, a fruit, flower, or some water, I will accept it with love and devotion. So as Prabhupada says, to follow these four regulative principles is only natural for a human being to follow. No onions, no garlic, because these food are in the tamasic and rajasic mode. So if we eat food which are in the tamasic mode of ignorance and mode of passion, so naturally that we will become affected. Our emotions will be affected, our way of thinking will be affected, and ultimately our consciousness will be hankering for many, many things. We will hunker for what we don't have, and we will what? Huh? We will desire, yes. And we will lament for what we've lost. Materially, the conditioned soul is like this. But in spiritual platform, a devotee who's on the spiritual platform, he may also get affected, but not to the degree like that of the materialist. Let's say we lost our loved ones, our parents, let's say, our father or mother or brother or sister. Naturally, we also get affected, even though our understanding coming from the Bhagavad Gita that we are not this body, but because we have that relationship, even though a temporary relationship, we still will get affected. Hmm. If you're not gonna get affected, then you're like a robot. No feelings. We have feelings also. Um, just like when our spiritual master has left us, we also cried. Yeah. But I did not cry that much when my mother left or my father left. The emotions are there. So my father, my mother, yes, but not as much when the spiritual master left us. So we got affected. Ah. So, yes, these four principles of freedom, regulated life. Uh oh.
Children are
No, no, no,
playing.
no, it's okay. It's natural. That's better than loud music. That is music also for the parents. Um, yeah, the four regulative principles that we follow: no meat eating, that includes eating eggs, or fish, or onions, or garlic. No gambling. No gambling means the tendency for those who do gambling is speculation. There's only white on black, and you still lose. Mm. Either you win or you lose, but in gambling, there is more chance in losing than winning. And no one really wins when you do gambling. And it's speculation, like investing money, or investing into stock exchange, investing in gold or in some kind of investment. So there's a tendency that one will speculate. We don't do that in Krishna consciousness. No intoxication, no garam chai. That means black tea, that tea that has caffeine. We also take garam chai, but herbal tea doesn't have any effect on our way of thinking. Remember when we were kids, well, even we used to take coffee also. It's as young. It's a different kind of emotions there. You become hyper. Uh, it's not the same as like calm and peaceful. So no intoxication, including coffee or tea, and no illicit sex. I mean, sex outside of the marriage. And if the husband and wife uh, will have sex, it's only for procreation, to conceive a child, and to have the child be Krishna conscious. So we're talking about that the other day in Abu Dhabi, that there's what he called Garbhadan Samskar. Garbhadan samskar means to prepare the consciousness of both the husband and wife. Their consciousness should be pure. And therefore, our teacher, our spiritual master, he says that to conceive a child, before conceiving a child, one should chant at least 50 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that may take around 6 hours of chanting. And if one chants in a purified state, attentively, then the result is child is not just become Krishna conscious, but he will also help others to become Krishna conscious. Like today is the disappearance day of our Param Guru, the Guru Maharaj of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And his father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, had 13 children. We're even finding it difficult to raise one or two child, isn't it? And it's a big responsibility, especially for the parents, to make sure that their children will grow up to be Krishna conscious. That is the responsibility. Mishita, Hare Krishna. There you go. Now she's behaving well. She's a good girl. So, his parent, his father especially, Vaishnava, pray to Lord Krishna to have a child be like ray of Vishnu. Ray of Vishnu means powerful, empowered by Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. And when the child took birth in Jagannath Puri, his father was the magistrate. Being a magistrate in that area, that means he's also the caretaker managing the temple of Jagannath Puri. How many of you have been to Jagannath Puri? Okay, many of you. I- You're from Orissa? Odisha. Odisha. I have been also in Jagannath Puri, inside the temple.
Now it's very difficult to get the darshan.
Yeah, we're not supposed to. Those non-Hindus are not allowed inside. Even the prime minister, like Gandhi, they're not allowed to go inside because they are Parsis. Yeah. But somehow we trick the pandas to go inside. I pretended to be a Manipuri. But they talk to me as Manipuri, but then I says, I don't speak and I cannot hear. So I didn't speak. I went with some devotees. So as magistrate, there was a Ratha Yatra. And they had this privilege that the cart will stop right in front of the, yeah, that is in the Grand Trunk Road, where Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur took birth. And so his mother, the second wife of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, brought the child on top of the cart, Lord Jagannath's cart. And when he put the child to touch the lotus feet of Lord Jagannath, a Maha garland fell also and garlanded immediately the baby. It was a sign It was a sign uh, that Bhaktivinoda Thakur concluded that he must be the one that I'm praying for. He's a very powerful Krishna conscious devotee of the Supreme Lord. He's like a general of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission. He has like an encyclopedic memory. He will only read once and he will remember. And he was also called Singha Guru, Lion Guru, because he's very much against the Apa Sampradaya or Apasiddhantas, those who are averse in the teachings of Lord Krishna, namely the Mayavadis. Mayavadis, that means those who are advocating that everything is Maya. The root cause of everything is Maya. Even the absolute truth is Maya. Bhakti is Maya. Chanting is Maya. Everything is Maya. And also the impersonalist, Sunyavadis, who doesn't believe that the Supreme Lord as a personal form. Hmm. So it's very powerful. And to prepare himself before embarking, how to spread the Lord's fame, name, fame, form, qualities, and pastimes, he took a vow to chant 1 billion times the holy name of the Lord. 1 billion. It took him 9 years to finish 1 billion rounds, non-stop, day and night. So he prepared like that. And we were reading this morning about the last words of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I think it's just appropriate that we hear also the words. I may not be able to read all of them, but I'm going to highlight to you some of them. Okay? Is that all right? He says, "We are put to test and trial in this world. Only those who attend the kirtan of the devotees can succeed, like you. Hmm. Anyone who partakes in the Sankirtan mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they're the only ones who will succeed, as he says here. Only those who attend the kirtan of the devotees can succeed. Succeed from what? Succeed from not having to take birth again from this mortal world. The purpose of human form of life is to go back home, back to Godhead, and not to have the same repeated birth and death again and again and have miserable and suffering life, conditioned life. So many tests will be there for those who wish to go back home, back to Godhead. Many trials. The more we make advancement in Krishna consciousness, the more the Lord will test us. How much we are attached to the holy name, how much our faith is increasing day by day, how much we have faith in the holy name, the sastra, the sadhus, to the process. There's so many trials that we were going to be having along the way, things that we are not expecting, many reversals that from what we are wanting to have. So we should be able to pass the test especially if we are determined to go back home, back to Godhead, and follow the process chalked out by the previous acharyas. If we follow them with sincerity, we may not be able to do it 100% up to the mark, what is expected. What Krishna actually is looking for all of us is our sincerity. What is the meaning of sincerity? Sincerity means being focused, not to lose sight of our goal. Everything that we do ultimately will result that we will attain the desire, which is love of God. Externally, one may perform activities which doesn't have anything to do with Krishna or God, but if the result will culminate that we will attain love of God, that is desirable. Let's say one goes to work. How is that connected to Krishna? If you go work in a factory or work with your boss, work for your boss who is a non-devotee, what is it that if your work really doesn't have anything to do with Krishna, how can that be called bhakti? According to Bhagavad Gita, it can be called bhakti if the fruits or the results of your activities will be also shared in spreading Krishna consciousness. If one keeps the fruits of one's activities, like the salary, for one sense enjoyment, then one will only attain karma. One will take birth again and again. There was a formula given by one of our acharyas that 50% of whatever is the net income should be given to Krishna, spreading Krishna consciousness, or those who help spread Krishna consciousness. 25% should be for the expenditures of the family. And the 25%, you keep it aside just in case in emergency you have something to use. It's a formula. But how many are doing that? Even giving 10% of their income. Hare Krishna. Very rare. No, 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 this is mine. No one can take this away from me. I'm not going to share it to anybody. I'm just only going to share it with my family. We're going to live really happily, materially. This is my goal of life. Okay, fine. You do that, then you'll get karma. You'll take birth again. Says here, possession of objects not related to Krishna is our main malady. That means whatever we have, if we use it for Krishna consciousness, then that will cure us of our material disease. What is our material disease? Our material disease is to identify with this body as the self, and everything that belongs to this body in relation to this body belongs to me. We don't own anything. We came here naked. We live here also naked. Especially in India, they burn the bodies, right? So what do you take with you? You cannot take your bitcoins with you. You cannot take your gold with you. One will only take one's karma if he is not a devotee. Or if he's trying to be a devotee and not be able to perfect the main mission of human form of life, from wherever he left off, he will resume next life. So everything that we own should be utilized for the service of the Lord. Otherwise, this is our main disease that will prolong again our stay in the material world. Hmm. Oh, this is a good one. Let me not desire anything but the highest good for my worst enemies. Are we like that? No. He's my enemy. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get her. She does this to me. He does this to me. I'm gonna get back to him even more. No. Shastra says your worst enemy actually is your friend. The one who gives you the hardest time, he is your friend. Maharaj, how is this? He gave me so much trouble. He's giving me so much pain. He's giving me so much suffering. How come he's my friend? Yes, he is your friend. She is your friend because she is lightening up. She making your, or he is making your karma lighter. We have karma to burn, to be burned in order to get out of this material world. But the person who's giving me the hardest time, he's not really giving me the hardest time. It's just the instrument from which I am due to receive my karma. So it's good for me. It's coming from that person. She is an instrument. She or he is the instrument for me to become free from the cycle of repeated birth and death. Because the more the karma is taken away, then the more I'm becoming free. So let me desire anything but the highest good for that person who seems to be my enemy. Now, if that person knew that this is gonna harm me, and he also or she thought that, okay, let me not do it, then it'll be good for that person. That means that person also, the karma is becoming light or lighter. Okay, here's another one. Those favored by God find their paths set by thorns. Please put your cell phone in silence unless Krishna is calling you. Then you can answer. In India, we tell them in the class, anyone whose phone is ringing, they have to sponsor a feast during the class. And then everyone will be turning off their phone. Put it in the silent mode or airplane mode. So what's this here? Those favored by God find their paths set by thorns. Yes. It is not that Krishna is giving us a hard time. Krishna, again, is just telling us some things which will actually, if we pass that, those miseries and sufferings, that will make us more stronger, or make us stronger and stronger in our spiritual life. There is no peace or happiness in our worldly life. That's guaranteed. There is no peace and happiness in this world. Only those devotees can achieve real happiness. When the senses are fully controlled, the mind becomes peaceful. When the mind becomes peaceful, he becomes happy. And real happiness can only be achieved in Krishna consciousness. No material things can make one really happy. One will always be discontent, one will always be dissatisfied. Not possible to be happy materially. As we were talking this morning, Nitai Jivan Prabhu and I, both one has to struggle to be happy materially or spiritually. But materially, you struggle, but there is no achieving that highest goal, which is to be ananda, unlimited happiness. It is impossible. You may try to be happy materially, it is very difficult and it is impossible to achieve. You may try spiritually to be happy, it is also very difficult. You have to pay the price, you have to perform tapasya, you have to perform austerities, but it is possible to achieve. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, the three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance. It says in the Bhagavad Gita that the happiness derived from that which is in the mode of goodness, it tastes like poison in the beginning, but then in the end it tastes nectar. What is this?
Just water, anybody wants?
No, you stop. When they're hungry, they can, or thirsty, they can raise their hands. Otherwise, you just disturb the whole thing. When one is in the mode of passion, derives happiness in the mode of passion, it's the same thing. It may taste like nectar, but in the beginning, but then it is poison in the end. And one who is in the mode of ignorance is poison in the beginning and is still poison in the end. But when one derives happiness in pure goodness, it's always nectar. Nectar in the beginning, and it's always only increasing. So there is no peace or happiness in our worldly life. Please don't expect that everything will be good. It'll get worse. Or don't expect that everything will improve. Are you experiencing that in Dubai? That everything is improving? The rental is increasing, but your salary remains the same.
Cost of living also increasing.
Huh?
Cost of living also increasing.
Everything is increasing except your salary. How are you going to put them together? One is going up and you are always here. How are you going to catch up? Not possible. So do your business here in Dubai and go back to India as soon as possible. This is my message in this trip. In all of my meetings. Don't think that you'll be able to remain here for the rest of your life and everything will be good. Temporarily, you may be, oh yes, nice living here. In India, it's very difficult, but actually it's more difficult here. The only thing that's easier here is you becoming Krishna conscious.
Yes, yes, madam.
Yes?
Yes.
If you are in India, you will not come to satsanga like this. You will be busy with your relatives, so-called family, friends, and loved ones. But here, you are knowing the urgency, the importance of being Krishna conscious. Yeah? No, you will not be reading Bhagavad Gita or studying Bhagavad Gita like the way. So this is real happiness. Others are bereft. How many apartments here in the gardens, Discovery Gardens? How many are really having that interest to study, to know the purpose of the human form of life? They're all caught up. That is illusion. It's not possible to be happy. Uh, we are actually happy. Prabhupada was once giving a class because the materialists, they think they are happy, but they're not really happy. Yeah? They have so many things. They have big villas, they have big bank account, they have many cars, they're surrounded by their aristocratic family. They think they're happy. But says you devotees, you're not happy. That is what they think. Because this Krishna, he doesn't really exist. You only imagining that there is Krishna. This is what they say, right? The Prabhupada says, well, actually we're happy now. We're doing bhakti. We're chanting the holy name of the Lord. We're having prasadam. Like here. Prasadam is mentioned, right? Mercy of the Lord. We honor prasadam. We're happy now. We get up early in the morning. We worship Lord Krishna early in the morning. We chant our rounds. We offer our food to Krishna. We're happy. Okay, let's say there is no Krishna. But now we're happy. Yeah, we're happy now. And let's say there is no Krishna next life. That's okay. We're happy now, though. But you are not happy. You don't believe in Krishna, and you're not happy. But what if there is Krishna? So next life, we also continue to be happy. And you're not happy now, and because you don't believe in Krishna, so next life, you will not be happy also. So at least we're happy now, even Krishna is not existing. You see? But there is Krishna. You go to Vrindavan, everyone knows who is Krishna. You go to Dwarka in Gujarat, everyone knows Krishna. You go to Navadvip, Mayapur, everyone knows Krishna. Everyone knows Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So who is better, you or us? Actually, we're better because we're happy now, and next life, we continue to be happy. The Krishna conscious person is concerned only with the satisfaction of Krishna and nothing else. This is what I mean by Krishna conscious. Automatically, if we please Krishna, if we serve Krishna, automatically we also be happy. That is the goal. Therefore, he is transcendental to all attachment and detachment. If Krishna wants, the devotee can do anything which is ordinarily undesirable. And if Krishna does not want, he shall not do that which he would have ordinarily done for his own satisfaction. So what we do is we do bhakti favorably. We think of Krishna in a favorable way, and we perform all of our activities engaging our senses, our mind, intelligence, and our very self in the service of the Supreme Lord. That's why we don't do anything which is not undesirable for Krishna. And if Krishna wants, he shall not do that which he would have ordinarily done for his own satisfaction. So we don't do anything if Krishna is not concerned for his own benefit, for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, to act or not to act is within his control because he acts only under the direction of Krishna. That means the Paramatma. He only acts accordingly. He hears one whose senses are fully controlled, the mind becomes peaceful, and then he'll be able to hear the dictations of the Paramatma or the Super Soul within one's heart. He'll be able to be guided. Everyone is being guided by the Paramatma, but who are able to hear Paramatma's dictation? Only devotees of the Supreme Lord. And when he becomes mature in his bhakti, then he will realize not just the Paramatma within one's heart, he will also Krishna from within. Two arm form in Tribanga form with his flute on his hand and a peacock feather on his head. A devotee will be able to see Krishna face to face and talk with him, and Krishna will talk back to him. This consciousness is the causeless mercy of the Lord, which the devotee can achieve in spite of his being attached to the sensual platform. So this is what he called causeless mercy. Krishna will give his mercy even we are not prepared to have it, as long as again we are sincere, we are focused in our trying to achieve the desired goal. Krishna just want to see our sincerity. It's not how much you do. It's not how much you give. Mm. If you have so much to give and you're only giving very little, he sees that also. He says that Krishna can see what we give, but Krishna also sees what we keep. He's seeing more what we are holding than what we are giving. Krishna sees what we are not willing to give more than what we are giving. So, as Draupadi, she gave up everything. She was holding her sari to protect her chastity because she was being disrobed. But she knew that she is very helpless. She cannot do anything else. So what did she do? She raised her hands. Oh Keshava, please, you're my only shelter. You're the only one who can help me. I have no other recourse. I don't have anybody. And Krishna incarnated as unlimited sari. That is the incarnation of Lord Krishna, the unlimited sari of Draupadi. So she was put into the highest test that one can have, and she passed the test. Are we gonna be like that also? Or we will depend on our experience? We will depend on our family. We cannot depend on our family at the time of death. The mother cannot save the child from the death of the child. Only Krishna can save us by following these four regulative uh, of freedom, four regulations of freedom, controlling the senses, and always the mind thinking of Krishna 24 hours. And this can be easily done by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, and reading Prabhupada's books, offering your food to Krishna, and again, keep studying the Bhagavad Gita and other books Srila Prabhupada has translated. Okay, I'll stop here. Any question or comments?
Then what pronouns?
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, to be honest, there's a guilt. I want to be materially happy, I want to be spiritually happy.
Both?
Both.
That's okay. But you cannot have only materially be happy. You have to prioritize more the spiritual life. Prioritizing means not giving more time, putting it on the top, even a little bit of time.
Okay.
But it has to be the first thing to do. Then everything else here is taken care of, both materially and spiritually. If you put so much time materially, you will never be successful both ways. Materially, no one becomes successful. I'm sorry. You can be an Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. You cannot. They're always hunkering for more and more.
Are they happy?
Huh?
Are they happy? I don't think.
What do you think?
Elon Musk and
What do you think? No.
that's what.
Well, you don't have to ask. That's why I'm giving you an example. You cannot be happy materially. Even if you are spiritually happy, very little, that is enough. Unfortunately, no one knows how to be happy spiritually. That's why we're traveling all over the world. We're reminding the grihastas. We're distributing Srila Prabhupada's books. We're chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra to remind you. Otherwise, there is no hope. You don't find us every day. If that is Krishna, again, Hare Krishna. We don't have any reason to travel here and there. I can just be in Vrindavan. But why do we do this? To remind you. We don't get paid by coming here. We don't have salary. This is not a paid job. But we're ordered by our spiritual master. We're ordered by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to do this. Now it's up to you to take it seriously. If you don't, it's up to you. If you take it up seriously, you'll get benefited and your family members will get benefited. They may not take it up seriously like how you're doing it. But you give them some credit that at some other future lifetimes, after millions of future lifetimes of your family members, they are conditioned souls like us. But at least we are in the path. We're not doing bhakti yet. Pure bhakti is very rare. We're just attempting. We're just like testing the water, how cold it is. We're not doing bhakti yet. I'm sorry. Pure bhakti is very rare. But at least we're in the right path. Maybe someday, hopefully in this lifetime, we'll be able to do pure bhakti. And our family members, our husband, our children may not take it, fine. But it's your duty to give them Krishna bhakti. Give them the opportunity for them to take up Krishna bhakti. You are the only hope of your family. I will not meet them.
always mothers, they are praying.
Yeah, but that's okay. I don't have an issue. That is their karma. That is their karma. I'm not going to push myself. It should come from their own. Just like how you came here, it came from your own. Yeah. Your husbands may be working,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So that's his responsibility. But you should also cook food and offer first to Krishna before you serve. Then he gets benefited also. He may not take up Krishna consciousness seriously, like how you're doing it. That is fine. That is his karma. What to do? You cannot force Krishna consciousness. It'll come. At least when they see you're happy, they will ask, Mata, how come you're very happy all the time? I want to be like you. What is your secret? Okay, this is the secret. Here is the Bhagavad Gita. Here, it says here, chant Hare Krishna. There you go. Any other points or question?
Yes.
Uh,
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Haribo.
Maharaj, my daughter in Bangalore, she is studying in Bangalore.
Bangkok?
Bangalore.
Bengaluru.
Bangalore.
Better you say Bengaluru.
So she is going for ISKCON youth classes. Just newly she started that classes. Last 4-5 classes.
How old is she?
She's in first year, 18 years,
First year university?
engineering.
Okay.
So she is going there for youth classes.
Okay.
And she is getting happy means after going there. But one scare in her mind, all means always, she is scared of her friends should not see her there. She is scared of that.
Who is her real friends?
Because
Is only friends in sense enjoyment or friends in Krishna consciousness? Who are her real friends? The one in Krishna consciousness. The one who will decry her and push her that you're not our friends anymore. In the very beginning, they're not real friends. Don't be shy. There's nothing to be afraid of. Krishna will protect you. We were reading that Krishna is the only one who can protect us from all types of fear because he is not of fear of anybody. A person who is not in fear, he's the only one who can protect you, and that is Krishna. Even death personified is fearful of Krishna. We're fearful of death. Yeah? So who can protect us? Krishna. Who will protect her at the time of death? Her friends? So-called friends? No. We mentioned that even the mother cannot protect the child at the time of death. Only Krishna. If she is Krishna conscious, it doesn't matter what the whole world tells about me. I don't care. I'm only concerned about Krishna. You understood?
yes, yes, she is scared that her parents will make fun of her in the college. Like
Doesn't matter. You can make fun of me, but at the time of death, the Yamadutas will make fun of you. Yeah? You understood? Tell her this. This is what the Swami was saying from Vrindavan. Okay? Yes.
But Malti, when we go, there are not only friends, relatives, everyone. They say this is not your age to do this. This is not this. They keep pulling you down all the time. And someone who's just started a youth class may just fall down because of that.
Let them say whatever they want to say. A person who is Krishna conscious is beyond the bodily concept. No one can harm you except if you want yourself to be harmed.
Yes.
Okay? The dogs may bark, but the caravan goes on. Let them bark. You have a mission in life. There's a higher mission. It doesn't matter. You see, this is the mercy of the Lord when all of your relatives and family will decry you for being a devotee. This is Krishna's mercy to you. You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. But you should not act in such a way that they become inimical towards you. You don't have an enemy. Devotee doesn't have an enemy. Devotee doesn't create enemies. And it is not your fault for you becoming a devotee and for them not liking you. Why? Do I have to make you satisfied and sacrifice what I'm doing? Do I have to please you? And then at the same time, I'll be in trouble? Krishna should be number one priority. This is what I'm talking about. Prioritize Krishna. If you will prioritize your relatives, you will know you will go nowhere. You will just coming back again and again in this material world. You don't worry about what they say, but act in such a way that be respectful always and be patient. The tide will turn. It's not always high tide. There's also low tide. Okay, have patience, have conviction. Krishna will. If they're always thinking of you, actually they're becoming Krishna conscious. Hey, my cousin, how come she's like this? How come she's always chanting Hare Krishna? What is this Hare Krishna? What is this Bhagavad Gita? Let me find out. Okay. Started to read. Then she'll think, oh yeah, I think she's right. There you go. And better you don't preach to your family. You don't talk to them about Krishna. Only when they ask. Then you reply. Because silence is more powerful. Yeah?
Yes.
And when you speak, then they will listen to you. They will hear what you're saying. And they will say, oh yeah. Cousin, you are making sense. Okay? Anything else? Any other points? Yes.
Different modes.
What's that?
In three modes, three types of thing. One is they will get it's nectar. And so in mode of passion, beginning it is look like it's nectar and
Yeah.
it ends with poison.
Yeah.
And for tamas, it's poison is it. But this tamasic people, that poison they think that it's nectar.
That's why they're an illusion.
So when they will come out of that?
When will they come out of that? When they hear the holy names of the Lord when they take prasad? Association. That's why association is the most important. Person who is on the path of bhakti in the beginning, first thing that one should avoid is non-devotee. For your protection, because in the beginning, the faith is very faint. And if you associate with non-devotees, your faith may be swayed towards them, or you may end up not taking up the process. So always keep yourself with like-minded people. Birds of the same feather flocks together. You tell me who your friends are, and I will tell you who you are. So you be very careful. But what to do? Well, especially if you're working, that's very, very dangerous. Work in the workplace is very dangerous. They're all eating practically non-veg, and you're the only one who's vegetarian. They will criticize, hey, what are you eating? This is nonsense. Yeah. So be very careful, okay? Anything else? Any more questions? So did you learn something today? Okay, we'll stop here now. We have another program this evening, and I'm due to somehow return back to India this evening. And hopefully we'll see you sometime in the summer. Krishna willing. And I hope you'll continue to make progress in Krishna consciousness. What is this question here? Is there a question? Who is Brihad Midanga Vaishnavis? I don't know. Is there a group here named like that?
No.
Brihad Midanga Vaishnavis?
Maybe
Of course.
the person-
Just a second. We'll end up now. Separately. Yeah? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. What happened to this? What happened to this